This is Musings and Counsel from London Baker Law with Debbie London Baker.
I have one more question I want to ask you, but I have to confess that this was no accident that you're here today talking to me about these things.
I believe that.
And I love that when that stuff happens. It just kind of gives me peace that my wife and I are definitely going to give you a call.
I appreciate that.
In the coming weeks. Because like I said at the beginning, this has always been this thing that has been far off where I know you got to do it. Hey, I'm an adult. I'm a big boy now. I'm a grown man. I need to do this stuff. But you put it off and you put it off and you become complacent about it. But so I'm just thankful that you're here talking to us about this stuff. I would like you to just give us a wrap up.
Okay.
If anybody like me is listening and they haven't done any of this or very little at the most,
right.
What are the 1, 2, 3 steps that we need? What's the first thing we need to think about to get started?
Well,
besides the obvious of calling you.
well, okay. So the thing is that
You have to have conversations?
It's a courageous conversation to have with a spouse or with a parent.
Right. Probably more a parent, I would imagine.
Well, that's your story, but
Yes.
true.
Okay,
because-
you're right. My story.
Right? No, it's true.
Because my parents are in their 80s now.
Right, exactly. So it's a very common story, but it's the courageousness to say, we just lost somebody, or so-and-so was in this horrible accident, and their mother can't speak to the doctor because he didn't put them on a HIPAA waiver. So we're not going to do that. We need to do something. And then it's asking around for referrals for who did an estate plan, calling me, emailing me, whatever. I'm more than happy to have conversation, but the first step is the courageousness. And if you have minor children, you've got the extra wrinkle of knowing that if something happens to you and you haven't named a guardian, your children are at risk of being taken by the state until somebody can be shown up or appointed.
That's
right?
a good motivator.
You've got adult children who could at least come to the
That's true.
fray. But for people with minor children...
And writing it down on a piece of paper is not. Does that get honored?
Well, if you had it on a piece of paper, it would help. But it's nice to have it legal where somebody gives somebody something and says, okay, you need to call so-and-so. And we didn't even get into that whole thing with guardianship. But I've been doing this for a little less than 7 years. And the things I've learned, all the things you've said, I didn't know them 7 years ago. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know those things 7 years ago. But the thing I've learned, not being a traditional student, is you don't want to wait. You don't want to procrastinate about it, and you don't ever want to let money be the excuse because you have absolutely no idea how much it'll be. People say it's too expensive, but they have no idea.
This just popped into my head. What's the short version of why you got into this?
I got into it because God sent me to law school.
There you go. Wow. And how? What type of law? This specific?
He didn't tell me what type of law. This one showed up in my last semester in law school.
I love that, Debbie. I love that.
Yeah. That's another story. Yeah, he sent me a law school.
Maybe we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that. Tell us again the easiest way to get a hold of you.
Okay, so easiest way.
Or anyways.
Email is the easiest way. It's Deb Baker, DEBBAKER, at LondonBakerLaw.com. And the phone number is 813-586-1332. I promise to return all my phone calls by the end of the next business day, which gives you permission, if I don't call, to call me again because I broke my word.
That's okay. Yeah, redial.
Yeah, redial. That's exactly right.
And was there another one you were going to say?
No.
Okay. Well, thanks again for coming in. We really appreciate it. You've been listening to Debbie Baker, and she is an estate planner and a probate lawyer.
This has been Musings and Counsel from London Baker Law. Learn more at londonbakerlaw.com. Thanks for listening.